So why is it that easy to actually just do phishing attacks? Well, all you need for a phishing attack is to be able to duplicate a website, and the only thing you change is the form that submits your username and password, and all you do is point it to a different page, where usually a PHP page, where it takes that information and either emails it to the target, or it just stores it in a database or some file system, and then it redirects you to the actual website. Let's say the phishing attack was for PayPal, and you came up to a website that looked exactly like PayPal, and you put in your username and password. When you hit submit, everything on the page is just the same as the actual PayPal website, but except for the form. So when you click submit, instead of going to PayPal.com, it goes to a different page where it takes your username and password, stores it, and then redirects you to the actual PayPal website, where it might redirect you to a real PayPal error page where it says sorry, wrong username and password. So then you won't even suspect that you were just attacked, and you might just re-enter your username and password. But this time, you actually just made it. You logged into the actual real website, PayPal.com, which you were redirected to as soon as you put in your information to the fake page. And now you might have actual access to the actual real site, and you never suspect anything. So another reason why these are so successful and used, because most of the time you don't even know that you were attacked and where you were attacked, because in the end you end up on the site you intended to be on. Other ways of getting people to fall for phishing attacks instead of email are maybe you hacked a website, or an attacker hacked a website, and he replaced some of the popular links with a phishing page, so that when you click on the link you go to maybe an email page, maybe a fake Gmail page, and you'd think like, how would people fall for this? If you click on the link from a website and you end up at gmail.com when the link should have been somewhere else, wouldn't you just go back? Why would you log in? Would there be no reason to log in? And you'd be surprised to see how many people actually fall for that. Other ways, maybe once attacker hacks a website, he could redirect the whole website to a phishing page, and maybe he was actually targeting that exact website, and maybe he couldn't get into the database of usernames and passwords, so he'll just replace he won't replace anything, but he'll just put in his own little code in the form, so that before you log in, it sends him the username and password. So many times you might not even know that you're being phished, and so there's lots of different ways you can approach this kind of attack, depending on what the needs are, and if you're actually targeting a specific person, or if you're just in general trying to get username and passwords for a certain website. And it's pretty easy to target a specific person. So let's say you have a website, free game, no, not free, let's just, buygames.com. I don't know if that's a website, and you know a certain person that has purchased downloadable games from that website, and you don't want to pay for those games, but you want those games, so you might send an email message to that person, personally altered for that person. So you might put in his name in there, something personal about him and his account that you might know, and you might, so in the end he might believe it, and because it's personalized towards him, and he might fall for the link that you put in there to telling him maybe he needs to upgrade or update his account so that it doesn't get canceled or something. I don't know, anything you want. And now you might be thinking, okay, so I get an email, and it's asking, let's say it's from pretending to be PayPal, and I look at the email. Wouldn't I know that it's not PayPal, since you can't, if it's fake, I wouldn't be able to have an at PayPal.com email? Well, that's where email spoofing comes into play, and it's a pretty easy way. It's pretty easy to spoof emails and make it look like they're coming from someone that they're really not. I have a post on the website titled "How to Get Free Stuff on the Internet Via Social Engineering," and within that post I have a PHP email spoofer script, and if you go ahead and run that, you'll be able to send spoofed emails. And the way this works is that by using the PHP mail function, you could set the target, the from address, and the subject and the title, and the message body. So you could actually set who's going to be from. So if you put support@paypal.com, and you send the email, you'll receive it, and it'll say from support@paypal.com. And the only way of knowing whether that actually came from support@paypal.com is by checking out the header information, which will show you the IP address in the website that the email came from. And if you look it up, it'll be traced back to the website that had the script running. But most people don't ever check header information, and most people don't even know what the hell header information is, and where they would actually be able to see that kind of information. And even if they could see that information, they wouldn't be able to even decipher it. They wouldn't know what the hell they're looking at. So that's why it works very easily. The only problem with email spoofing is that many times they might come in looking at spam in the spam folder. But I've tested it a bunch of times, and most of the time I've had no problems with it arriving in the inbox. And I forgot to mention, but the reason why it's so easy to duplicate websites and to be able to go through with these phishing attacks is because that everybody's website is available on the internet, which means that I could easily go to any website, right click on the page and click view source, and I'll have the whole HTML source, including the image links and the image locations. Or I can just go to the actual website and right click and save every single image. And even easier, I can just go up to a file, save as in any browser, and it'll save the whole web page for me, and put it in a nice little folder including all the images and CSS files. So it's extremely easy to duplicate any kind of page. So that's also why it's extremely easy to do these type of attacks. So that's phishing techniques in a nutshell. That's pretty much, I just touched on beginner stuff, but I might come back and discuss a couple of advanced methods later on, maybe a couple episodes down. So I'd like to, to hear what you guys think. Go to the blog, MrCracker.com, leave some comments, or send me some input at comments at MrCracker.com. And I'd like to also hear what you guys want to hear in future episodes. What are some topics that interest you? What do you want me to talk about, touch upon? So go ahead and just email me or just leave a comment on the blog. I'll be looking forward to getting those. And you can follow me at twitter.com/MrCracker, or just go to MrCracker.com. Like I said, go ahead and sign up for the newsletter on the right-hand side of the website if you want to receive news updates on your topic of hacking. And that's it for this week. I'll see you next week, hopefully, if everything goes as planned.